So we are here with a podcast that we didn't think we would do.
It's Sunday. Do you know what that means? It's Sunday. You know what that means. I said, do you know what that means?
Brodie Lee Tribute.
Yeah.
So let's just first give a moment of silence for Mr. Brodie Lee. All right. So
Yeah, that dude is 4 years younger than me.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
He unfortunately passed away last night due to an un-COVID-19 lung issue.
A non-COVID-19 related lung issue.
This is not just a loss for AEW. This is a loss for the wrestling world.
Apparently everybody.
And the wrestling fans.
If you read Twitter, and every single wrestler on there pretty much had something to say about it.
We're not going to bash on WWE or AEW because this has nothing to do with the companies themselves. This just has to do with the man himself.
The wrestler, the person.
From all accounts, he was an overall great person, great father, great husband. So let's just review a few of his...
I would say regardless of how you felt of him as a wrestler.
Yeah, let's review a few of his better matches in WWE. So the first one that we watched is Luke Harper versus Randy Orton from the Elimination Chamber in 2017.
Whoop.
At this point in time, there was a storyline with the Wyatt family where Randy Orton was involved in the Wyatt family and they were imploding from the inside.
I mean, this is technically the night that Bray won the title, so it didn't start imploding yet.
You can see it coming a mile away, though.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can say is at this point in time, so Orton had an automatic title match because he won the Royal Rumble. Luke Harper should have won this match and made it a triple threat at WrestleMania because he was really over with the crowd.
He was.
So Orton comes out to the ring and it's his typical thing, and Orton is the babyface in this feud. Harper is apparently the heel in this feud, and Harper is the one getting all those cheers.
Yep.
I mean, Orton wasn't really cheered for being a face, even when he was cheered.
So, Harper does a shoulder tackle to Orton. Harper is outside of the ring and starts doing palm strikes to Orton, which they did call them Shote palm strikes. Mauro Ranallo, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Harper did a drop kick to Orton. Orton did a suplexed Harper onto the announcer's table. Orton slammed Harper onto the ropes. Harper did a helo and a big boot to Orton. Harper then slingshotted Orton into the ropes. Harper did a tope to Orton. Harper did a backdrop to Orton on the announcer's table. Orton did a scoop slam to Harper on the outside of the ring. Orton did a superplex to Harper. Orton did a full Nelson slam to Harper, which actually looked really impressive.
This is awesome.
Orton did his draping DDT to Harper. Harper super kicked Orton twice in a row. Harper then did a powerbomb to Randy Orton, which looked really good.
One of those super kicks was flush.
And then Randy Orton did an RKO out of nowhere, quote unquote, to Harper, and Randy Orton wins.
Go figure.
What's your thoughts on this one, Albert?
It's kind of funny that like they say it's the RKO from out of nowhere, but it's always the most predictable move when it's coming. It's so funny.
Well, that one was very predicted.
Yeah. First off, I love hearing Mauro Ranallo's voice because he calls the moves what they are, and WWE doesn't do that because either Vince hates it or somebody hates it or whatever.
All right, Albert, back to your thought on Mauro Ranallo.
Okay, so you know how WWE doesn't like to call out the moves by their name, unless it's like some name they gave it themselves, like a WWE signature name of a move.
You mean like how the cutter became the RKO?
You know, yeah, but Mauro Ranallo, hell, he even called those when I was just impressed when not impressed, I wasn't surprised. But like when he called those, what you call those open hand strikes? What were they called again?
Shote palm strikes.
What do you think? Like Michael Cole would have been told to call those? like slaps. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean,
he might have just called him a strike.
Yeah, and it just sounds better when you just give it a name and give it a technical name. It sounds better. So anyway.
Or Michael Cole would have just ignored that they were happening and talked about something completely irrelevant.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Harper's showing off exactly who he is and what he can do. I mean, he's doing tope suicidas and he's doing drop kicks, and the crowd is loving him for it too. The beginning of this match was okay until the headlocks started to happen, and then the crowd just went silent.
Randy Orton.
Yeah. So, like, I was like, is this the way this match is going to be? Because, like, why would you choose this one? And then I found out why later when Harper was making his comeback, and the crowd was starting to hype back up again. So I was like, okay, cool.
Why'd Chris pick this match? He's fucking doing headlocks.
He's getting headlocked.
So the one little thing I just saw, I don't know if it's anything or not, but like I think they went for a superplex twice when Harper took it. Were they out of position for the first attempt, or was it just me? It seemed like they're just out of position. But
well, no. So when they did it the first time when they tried to, it almost looked like Harper was attempting to superplex Orton outside of the ring. Okay,
so then Orton just basically reversed it by getting out of the move and then going up and doing his superplex. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Either way, it's fine. I just want to know what you guys thought. Yeah, the crowd picked up at the end. That powerbomb by Luke Harper almost got a 2 count. Even though I knew it wasn't going to happen, it was still a nice 2 count.
It really was.
How many boo-yay spots were there in this match? Like 2 or 3?
Probably.
So when Luke Harper took the RKO, he did a double DK bump. Did you see that?
Yeah, I called it out. I called it on the replay, not the original.
But Legend also noticed the line that JBL said.
Oh, God. Fucking... JBL, because Michael Cole is not on commentary for this match, quotes Michael Cole in this match.
Yes, vintage something or other.
Vintage Orton.
He says vintage Orton. I'm like, come on, man. I don't watch matches without Michael Cole to hear Michael Cole.
Yeah. He also said my famed announcer colleague. Is that what he said? Something along those lines.
That.
And he was also roasting Morrow on this broadcast.
I remember this is one of the people that he did not like.
Yeah, and JBL can't get over himself by letting a guy who knows what he's doing keep doing what he's doing.
My only question is, why the hell was there 4 commentators? Because there's literally one point in time where JBL says something to the effort of, well, at least we have so many commentators here in case one of us gets injured.
Yeah, no shit.
Because there was literally Tom Phillips, David Otunga, Mauro Ranallo, and JBL. We don't need all 4 of you.
You got backups to the backups, you know? It was hard to get excited for the match itself, although don't get me wrong. I was only watching it for Luke Harper's sake, but the match itself was hard to get excited because I already know who's going to win, even though I don't even remember if I saw this when it happened. Because we know Randy Orton was going to WrestleMania anyway. There's no way he was going to lose. But Chris, your plan though to have Luke Harper go over and make it a triple threat, great idea.
Well, especially with the reaction that he got when Legend and I went to SmackDown show.
He fought AJ Styles for the number one contender.
He fought AJ Styles for the number one contendership, and it's like Harper would have been good to put over even Styles because Harper at this point in time, it was right before the WrestleMania match with Bray and Orton. It was Harper's time right here if you wanted to make a new star.
Yeah.
But they fucking pissed it away.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of it's kind of funny you say that because in every match there's like instances where I go, man, WWE dropped the ball. A lot of these guys in these 3 matches, it's amazing. Like Harper had his chance. Dolph Ziggler never really got out of the gates, and then they screwed up Roman Reigns. Not really, but you know what I mean. They could have had him. Yeah, I know, but like it was like 4 years too late. Bray Wyatt is a casualty, so I mean we'll get to that later because I want to talk about that a little bit. But Harper looked great in this match. Like Randy Orton let him get a lot of stuff in, and Luke Harper shows exactly what he can do. And I don't know how much he showed at AEW, but
dog collar match and his match with that we'll watch at Double or Nothing with Mox was really good.
Yeah, so Harper's had some good matches in AEW too. The only The only match that he had on AEW pay-per-view that I wasn't a huge fan of is that 8-man tag, but...
From All Out, but a lot of that show wasn't
It's
really
an 8-man tag, so what do you expect?
Yeah, I gave the match a 6. It was what it was. Yeah, it was okay.
I give it a 7. I liked it.
I'll give it a 7 as well. Because, I mean, Harper looked really good, and Orton actually... I don't know if this was Orton motivated or not.
I think this is around the time... I didn't think he was that motivated. I think he was going for the motions for this match. I really did.
Yeah, it seemed like it, especially when he was doing headlocks within the first couple minutes.
So, yeah, I love you, man, but damn. You're not helping get Brodie over by doing headlocks and going through the motions.
No.
Yeah, that's why I made it a 6. That the beginning 5 minutes was like, come on, the crowd is dead.
Well,
I think they were booing a little bit too. I don't know if you heard that or not. But
Yeah, they did eventually chant, "This is awesome."
Yeah, I mean they did, but that's when Harper made his comeback. So that's why it's just a 6. It could have been a 7.
And the reason why I threw this particular match on here is this is Harper's very first chance of being put into the main event spotlight. Like, this match could have put him in a main event spotlight.
It was right before the main event.
Yep. Yeah, I enjoyed it though. Still okay.
So then we
we talk about the next one. This was
crazy.
Yeah.
Ladder match for the Intercontinental title, Luke Harper versus Dolph Ziggler.
Beat the ever-living shit out of each other.
Yes.
So, first things first is they both get in the ring. They get out of the ring and they start throwing ladders of all sizes in the ring. Big ladder, small ladder, medium ladder.
Euphemisms.
Harper then throws Ziggler right into a little ladder on the outside of the ring, and then into the timekeeper's area. Harper hits a big boot to Ziggler. Harper then does his favorite move from his favorite wrestler, Abyss. He does the black hole slam on Dolph Ziggler.
He lets go at the end. Ziggler just smacks the ground. I'm like, oh, damn.
Harper hit Ziggler with a ladder. Ziggler launched a ladder into Harper. Harper then did a drop kick to a ladder that Ziggler was on the top rope, so Ziggler fell off. Harper then launched a ladder at Ziggler, who was on the outside. Harper then does a tope to Ziggler, who was holding a ladder.
Dumb heel.
Harper then knocked Ziggler off of a ladder. Ziggler drop kicked Harper onto a ladder. Harper then powerbombed Ziggler on a ladder in the corner, which is set up. Harper then slingshotted Ziggler into the ropes of the ladder. And Ziggler and Harper then fell off of a ladder after they were climbing and trying to win. Ziggler did the X Factor to Harper on a ladder. Ziggler did a DDT to Harper off of the ladder.
That looked good.
Harper hit Ziggler with the ladder in the corner on the top rope again. Ziggler then did a super kick to Harper with a ladder around his neck after he did the whirly bird. Ziggler then hits Harper with a ladder so he falls off onto the ladder bridge. Ziggler then does a super kick to Harper off of a ladder, and Ziggler wins.
Yeah, this match was fun. Goddamn. All the ladders in the match definitely were used, and I'm glad they put them in the ring and used them instead of just let them sit around. But it was Dolph Ziggler was getting his ass whipped to start the first 5-6 minutes. He kept getting cut off, and he's selling like a boss. That boot he took, man, dude, he sold that like $1 million bucks. He continues to get his ass kicked. So Ziggler would make a comeback. The crowd would pop. By the way, smart move to put this match first in Cleveland, Ohio, where Dolph Ziggler's from. The crowd is jacked up to be right at the beginning of the show.
They really are. I'll agree with that.
And they are in the main event too. Yeah,
what's that?
In the main event of this show, Dean Ambrose is in the main event. He's from Cincinnati, but it's still Ohio.
Against Bray Wyatt in a TLC match.
So Ziggler got the hometown pop. Every time he would make his comeback, everyone was getting on their feet for him. Well, I'm sorry, not really on their feet, but they're getting more and more vocal. And like you said before, these guys are just getting their asses whipped. So halfway through the match, Luke Harper becomes a paradox because he does not go through the ladder he set up. Yeah, that's when Dolph Ziggler got powerbombed through it. but he will also get rid of the paradox later by by being put through the ladder. What was that spot?
You talking the ladder bridge?
Yeah, the ladder bridge. Like what was on the outside of the ring?
He got kicked onto it, but he just landed on it. He didn't go through it.
Yeah, but he set it up. That's the point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that doesn't count. That doesn't move the paradox tag I'm going to put on Luke Harper here?
I don't know if it does because he didn't go through it.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
We have some weird rules in this place.
Yeah. Okay, so what was that move where what was that move where Harper put a ladder onto Ziggler and then pretty much catapulted him in the bottom rope? Like,
I called it the slingshot.
The what?
I called it a slingshot because he grabs his legs while Ziggler's got a ladder and he just goes onto the bottom rope. Okay.
That was one of the more interesting uses of a ladder I've seen. When Ziggler finally made his comeback, the crowd went fucking nuts. I like that. That little DDT where I think Ziggler was jumped off the ladder or was thrown off the ladder by.
Yeah, he jumped off the ladder and did the DDT.
Yeah, it looked really good. That was a really good spot. And then of course, and then the win you could see coming. They had the double ladder set up, and then the super kick. This match was fun. The crowd really made it special for me to watch it because like I just like it when the fans are like so invested. It's hard to see it nowadays because of the way the product is, but even then, Ziggler was sort of like on his way up too. He's had a couple months here. He was the sole Survivor Series, and then he's in this match here for the Intercontinental title and wins it. So he's on a little bit of a roll. I give the match a 7.5.
I gave it an 8.
I gave it an 8.
Yeah. Okay.
I just didn't like it would have been like an 8.5, but I didn't like the no sell by Dolph Ziggler when Brodie's in the ring. Oh, I say Brodie because that's what I know him as now. Harper's in the ring just standing there with a ladder. Like, he's in the ring for like a minute and a half not winning the match, but then the moment he starts climbing the ladder, Ziggler's like, oh, okay, and he just
that's the part where the doctors get involved.
Yeah.
Legend was like, climb the fucking ladder.
Then when he finally did, Ziggler's like, I'm in a no-sell now. See you, bye.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Did I not write that down? Oh, I had to. Oh, yeah, I just forgot to mention it. I said, doctors? What? Cole made the line of this match, though. Listen to this. So after the match was over and Ziggler's celebrating and they're letting Harper know that he also was great in the match, Michael Cole says this: We were watching two men who would carry this company through the next decade. Wow.
If only.
Yeah, for real. If only.
Oh man, I was like, God damn it! It's like so wrong on a few levels here. One, because Harper just passed, and two, neither of those guys were never given that brass ring. So I don't know what to tell you.
For maybe like a month, Ziggler had it.
Yeah, Ziggler had the brass ring for a minute. Harper was just never given the opportunity because he couldn't do a southern accent.
He didn't even have a WWE title match.
Yeah. So yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bump it up to an 8. The match was fun. The match was fun. I'm gonna bounce up to an 8. I think 7.5 is a little low. So yeah, for sure. Let's make it an 8. I'm fine with it.
I mean, the match that everyone was most excited about in this fucking crowd, though, was the stairs match between Big Show and Rowan, for sure.
Oh yeah, dude. Why don't we review that one?
We eventually will. Don't worry, guys.
No, we won't.
No, we won't, right?
We will eventually review the stairs match, and hopefully that'll be a concept that comes back in 2021.
Okay. Yeah, the savior of wrestling, 8 million viewers, stairs match.
Stairs match.
Stairs match. Let's do it.
But then we go on to the Wyatt family and the Shield, and I was lucky enough to be there in person.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yeah, with two of the worst people to go to a show with.
Yeah, but still, I was there. That's the part that matters.
Who'd you go with?
I went with my girlfriend at the time and her father, and her father's fucking nuts, and she's pretty crazy too.
Oh, okay.
He is like traditional old school Vince McMahon's favorite fan because he loves the faces and hates every heel.
So he's a bit of a mark, is what you're saying. Okay.
The opposite of a mark.
He's the opposite of a mark. He's Vince McMahon's favorite fan. Vince McMahon hates marks because we like the opposite of what he wants 95% of the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Remember, most of my favorite wrestlers are heels.
So, Wyatt family versus The Shield. First off, Legend said this right. When was the last time WWE's been able to fucking make two stables that the fans gave a fuck about? Like, they tried.
At the same time.
They tried with Retribution and Hurt Business? No.
Like, they had Evolution, but they didn't really have another group to go after.
They know.
Their confrontation on Raw a few weeks before this was outstanding. I saw it when it happened. I was like, oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Even the promo package for this one makes you hyped.
Yeah. I mean, like, it just got me, like, even though we know, like, where it goes, like, I'm pretty sure Ambrose is thinking throughout this match, like, wonder what it'd be like to come back, wouldn't it be great to, like, eventually beat up Orton and Batista with a hot dog stand? I mean, I'm pretty sure he's thinking that in the match, right?
I don't think he's sitting there thinking in 2020 he's going to face Brodie Lee in a match at Double or Nothing that's going to be pretty damn good, is what I think he's
That'll be Brodie Lee's last hurrah for a world title.
For a world title. Cody Rhodes gets the honor of being his last match.
And his last title match.
In that dog collar match, which was fantastic.
So, first off, right before the Wyatts even get into the ring, the fans start going, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Nobody's even touched each other.
Yeah.
I was there. I'll admit it. I marked out and trained.
Well, that makes the atmosphere for the match just makes you feel like it's a big deal.
I cheered that too. So then the Shield are the faces, and the Shield attacked the Wyatts from behind.
Okay.
So
I mean, well, Dean Ambrose attacks the Wyatt from behind.
Then Rollins and Reigns do join.
Yeah, after Ambrose goes off on his own.
So Rollins does a drop kick to Rowan. Rowan does a clothesline that makes Rollins do a fucking flip. Not like the Rikishi bump flip, but like straight Flip Gordon flip.
Lawler made a great line. He says, the larger beard has the right of way.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yes. Reigns does a clothesline to Wyatt. Reigns does a suplex to Harper. The Shield start triple teaming Harper, which at one point in time, was it Rollins or Ambrose that attempts a jump off of the other one and it doesn't really work?
Yeah. Rollins jumps off of, well, at least steps on his back. He doesn't actually jump.
Well, that whole sequence was weird because Reigns tags in Ambrose. Ambrose does a couple of punches, and then Dean Ambrose tags in Seth Rollins. And then Dean Ambrose does, well, I guess the poetry in motion, whatever he did. And then Reigns goes for the pin. What? It was the weirdest sequence ever.
What?
Exactly. What? Like, Seth Rollins was a legal man, and Reigns is going for the pin after the little sequence there. Did you guys notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Reigns tagged in Dean Ambrose, and then Dean Ambrose does something. Dean Ambrose tags in Seth Rollins. They do a double team, and then somehow Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are out of the ring, and then Reigns goes for the pin. Like, it's like, what? Like, come on, guys, get your shit together.
Rules.
You're the Shield.
Rules.
Anyway.
Shield never followed the rules.
So at one point in time, Harper gets put into the ropes, and Ambrose does a drop kick to Harper, who's in the ropes. Ambrose does a spinning elbow off the top rope to Harper. Harper does a drop kick to Ambrose. Wyatt does a corner splash to Ambrose. Rowan does a slam and a jumping knee to Ambrose. Rowan then does this one move where he puts his fists in the side of Ambrose's head. And Lawler or JBL, one of the two, refer to Sergeant Slaughter while doing this move.
Yeah, Slaughter did that, yeah.
Okay, so you actually know about what the fuck this is.
Yeah, he didn't I think he did it when he was an Iraqi sympathizer, and he would just squeeze the guy's skull. But like when he was a good guy, he did the Cobra Clutch. Like back in the early '80s, he did the Cobra Clutch.
Okay, so this was Slaughter's finisher at one point in time.
Yeah, when he was an Iraqi sympathizer, he would crush your skull with his fists.
All right. So then Rowan does a sidewalk slam to Ambrose. Harper does a suplex to Ambrose. Ambrose does a neck breaker to Harper. Rollins does a tope to Harper. Rollins does a jumping knee off the top to Harper. Harper does another black hole slam to Rollins.
No.
I was trying to get the abyss noise out of him. There's dogs in the background.
Yes.
Wyatt does a senton to Rollins on the outside. Rowan does a slam to Rollins. Harper slingshots Rollins into the ropes. Wyatt does a downed headbutt to Rollins. Wyatt caught Rollins off of the ropes with a Uranagi. Harper does a big boot to Ambrose. Reigns does a Samoan drop to Rowan. Reigns does the drive-by and a back suplex Uranagi to Rowan. Harper does a tope to Ambrose. Rollins does a tope to Harper. Reigns and Rowan both do a double clothesline spot. Ambrose and Wyatt fight out in the crowd where I was sitting at the time.
Nice.
Which is actually pretty cool. Reigns does his flying clothesline to Rowan. Rollins hits Harper with a TV monitor, which no disqualification, okay. Rowan does a follow-away slam to Reigns. Rowan and Harper then do a double choke slam off an announcer's table to Rollins through a table. Rowan then does a corner splash to Reigns. Harper does a big boot to Reigns. Reigns does a Samoan drop to Bray Wyatt. Reigns does a Superman punch to Rowan and Wyatt. Reigns does the spear to Harper. Bray Wyatt does the Sister Abigail to Roman Reigns, and the Wyatt family wins.
Yeah, I forgot the Wyatts won this match. It made it a little bit surprising, kind of fun, you know? Because I thought the Shield went over, but I'm glad the Wyatts won. Because that's the way you put people over. So
it was great.
Yeah, like you said, when before the match even started, the crowd was already ready for this. Especially when the Wyatt family was on the Titantron and they do the "We're Here" thing. I thought that was just always really cool. Cole said I know we're in the we're in the 21st century, but do you really think that Bray Wyatt and company should be sending out tweets since they're like backwoods, you know, whatever the fuck they are? You know, they shouldn't be sending out tweets. So it's just funny that Cole mentioned a tweet from both Wyatt and Harper. It's just one of those things I just I don't know. We don't need to know about them sending tweets out. They shouldn't be able to. But that's just me.
So you're saying they shouldn't have Wi-Fi wherever they're at?
Yeah, but they're always showing in the freaking backwoods, in a fucking dilapidated house. Shit like that.
Dilapidated house. That's great.
I doubt they have Wi-Fi there. Not much of a signal, I guess.
Apparently they have a signal.
Apparently they do. So before they even touch, like you said before, Dylan, is that the crowd's like, this is awesome. They do dueling chants, and I was like, let's go. This match is gonna be fun. And then pretty much everything you said, I took the same notes you did as far as some of the play-by-play and everything. So that weird spot where the tags were messed up, that's just something I noticed. Dean Ambrose is a dumb face by getting distracted by Eric Rowan, who was on the apron, and so he ended up getting some of the heat. Dueling chants were ringing out all over the place. The Seth Rollins somersault out of a German from the top rope was cool. He's always good at doing that until he isn't. Dueling chants again and again throughout this whole match. We Want tables broke out. So when they went up the outside of the ring to do that choke slam to Rollins on the Spanish announce table, did you see the Spanish announce guy gesture to the American table? Go, why can't you use their table? Did you see that?
No, I did not see that, and even live I didn't see that. When I was live, I saw the Spanish announcer jump over the fucking barricade.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, where did Dean Ambrose end up? Did he stay right around where you were? Because I didn't see him again.
No, he went into concessions. To be fair, he went right out in the little Terrence area.
My part of the match is done. I'm out of here.
So if you were, let's say, having to go to the bathroom during this part of the match, or you went and got food, you would have seen Ambrose and been like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
The match is still going.
Your boys are getting your ass kicked. Get back out there. Luke Harper shows off again what he's all about by doing a tope, and this match wasn't about him specifically, but he still shows up in every match he's in. So it's good to see him be able to do what he does. I'm glad the Wyatts won. Who took the shot at the end? So from Reigns, so that Wyatt could help on Sister Abigail on the Roman Reigns. Was that Rowan or
Harper took the spear?
Well, there you go. He's a selfless man.
Yeah, so says everybody on Twitter. I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, so this match was freaking fun. I gave it 8.5. It was fun.
I gave it a 9.
I gave it a 9.5 because I was there.
Oh, there you go. Well, you deserve the 9.5. Might as well give it another quarter while you're at it.
Yeah, Chris deserves a 9.5. Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, it was a great match, and I'm going to just go over a few of the wrestlers that we lost in 2020.
Yeah, smooth transition. Very smooth.
Just to say that hopefully 2021 will be better.
I mean, you're pretty hard to beat this one. Jesus.
So we've lost Ryan Smile, Laparca 2. Laparca 2, he died this year because he was paralyzed in the hospital. Because in October of 2019, he's the one who took that tope spot outside of the ring and hit the barricade with his head.
Oh.
We lost Xavier, the second Ring of Honor champion. We lost Hannah Kimura due to suicide, due to cyberbullying, unfortunately.
Bunch of fucking assholes on the internet.
We lost Zeus, aka Tiny Lister. We lost Bullet Bob Armstrong.
Yep.
Tracy Smothers.
Yeah, another old school guy.
Pat Patterson.
Yep.
Honestly, this one, I couldn't even remember that it was this particular year, but Rocky Johnson.
Oh, I don't even know. I'll take your word for it.
We lost Kamala due to COVID-19. We lost Road Warrior Animal. Pat Patterson. Shad Gaspar, due to him just being a hero and saving his son.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we lost Brodie Lee and Howard Finkel.
The Brodie Lee one and the Shad one to that. Like the Brodie Lee one was like, for me, it was like probably the most shocking, and that's what the whole podcast is about, Brodie Lee. But like, it's the most shocking thing because it's like, oh, you're on the internet one day, it's like he's been gone for a while, you haven't heard about it. Like, oh, he's around, and then nobody knows anything, and then this news breaks, and everybody's like, holy shit.
The Brodie Lee one is honestly the most shocking one since Eddie Guerrero.
I can see that.
When I first saw any news of Brodie Lee, honestly, I thought it was bullshit. I Googled it a second later. I was like, no way.
Well, because I had to text you both, and I'm like, dudes, you're not going to believe it. Brodie Lee's dead?
Yeah.
I saw AEW's post on it, and I saw Randy Orton's post on it, then Big E's post on it, then the WWE's post on it, then Stephanie's. I'm like, okay, holy shit.
Well, once AEW posted in general, they weren't going to screw with you.
The number of just like how many of them I had to see. And I read them all. I went through all of them.
Yeah, because AEW wasn't going to troll you.
And this morning, I went through a lot.
I do have to say, I give AEW a lot of respect and props because they have been retweeting a bunch of the WWE superstars.
They basically retweeted pretty much every single one they saw.
Good.
Where I can guarantee you that WWE would not have done the same. AEW even commented on the WWE's one.
It was weird seeing like Stephanie McMahon and Triple H's name pop up in like retweets on AEW's page.
Along with AJ Styles, Big E, just a lot of them. And aside from Shad, and I didn't know Hannah Kimura's career really, but hers was tragic because of a suicide due to cyberbullying, but
like there's these three, like Chad, Brodie, and Hannah are like more. I'm not saying more impactful, but like some of the other people you listed, they were older, like they were like
because they're younger. Like Hannah Kimura was 21, I think.
They were younger in the circumstances of what happened and how it happened.
Brodie Lee is younger than Albert.
Yeah.
Shad was younger than Albert.
Yep.
But like Howard Finkel, Tracy Smothers, Animal, you've seen these guys as a kid.
I forgot who the other guy who died the same day that everybody was talking about before. The older guy who died like JR, and then we're talking about that also died yesterday.
I don't remember either.
He was an old guy, like 88 years old. I can't remember his name.
I don't either.
But all right. I'm not going to say the traditional RIP because I'm going to change it. I'm going to say rest in power, Brodie Lee.
I'm going to say join the Dark Order. Join the Dark Order.
Yeah, he's a good man. I wish he would have stuck around a little bit longer. I want to see if he could have been actual world champ at some point. Just be the top of the company for a small run. That'd be great. But
with what they were doing in AEW, there's definitely a chance of it. The only issue is They brought in 3 big guys at around the same time.
And they've all lost the World Championship matches
with
to Mox.
Brodie Lee, Archer, and Cage.
And they all lost to Mox.
That's the only if that's the only issue. Like Brodie Lee could have been in the championship contention, like for a good chunk of time, had all 3 of them not debuted within 6 months.
Let's not forget who the real AEW World Champion is, though. Brodie Lee Jr., Brodie's son, Pin Kenny Omega. He's the champ, 7-year-old Brodie Jr.
All right.
It happened as a dark segment after the show went off the air on the 17th.
But all right, guys, we will be back soon. This is just a mini cast, just our thoughts and just a couple of good matches of Brodie / Luke Harper.
Rest in peace, John.
Rest in power.